So just for those who weren't at our session on Jallianwala Bagh yesterday, a very quick summary first about this book, Khooni Vaisakhi. My grandfather, Nanak Singh, was 22 in Amritsar, which is my hometown. He was in Jallianwala Bagh with two of his friends on the 13th of April, 1919. Both his friends died in the massacre. He himself was knocked down in the stampede, left unconscious, walked away and wrote this long, searing poem called Khooni Vaisakhi, published in May 1920, banned soon thereafter, confiscated, lost to us in the family for the next 60 years. And there's a backstory that I won't go into now, but those of you who are interested can read it in the book. And then this year, I took it upon myself to try and learn the art of translating poetry and translated the poem and added some additional content into it. What we also did was, while I can read out the original poetry, but I think with an audience like this, it makes more sense that I read out some translations which give you a context, and Harpreet will show you the power of the language in its original. He put an enormous amount of heart into it, did this purely out of his own spirit, not a penny exchanged, comes here today also on his own time. So I think we'll do this little jugalbandi where I'll read a couple of excerpts from the poem, and you will have the original flavor of Punjabi in Harpreet's voice. So the poem starts, just one thing to add. So as I said, Nanak Singh Ji was 22 when this happened. He went on to write a staggering 55 novels, got the reputation as the father of the Punjabi novel, and really one of the most acclaimed writers in Punjabi language. The poem itself starts with an invocation or a prayer to Guru Gobind Singh. And I will read out the English translation. O Father mine, with turban plumed, I bow at thy feet, my divine Guru, Messiah of the meek, Savior of the poor, my divine Guru. Burdened with sin, this boat of ours is listing midstream, my divine Guru. Save it from going down in waters rough. Guide it ashore, my divine Guru. Grant me thy cup of love and blessings. Uplift my spirits, my divine Guru. Let my pen fly across the pages to tell this tale, my divine Guru, of innocent souls laying down their lives for our nation's sake, my divine Guru. To pen a portrait of those departed ones, grant me the strength, my divine Guru, to remind my people across India, forget not their sacrifice, my divine Guru. To write the saga of our heroes such, your disciple is ready, my divine Guru. Do help me complete this mission of mine. Nanak Singh beseeches, O my divine Guru. Over to Harpreet.
कल की वालड़े शहंशाह पिता मेरे चरना तेरे आते नमस्कार सतगुर करके मेहर इस डुबदी जांदी नूं धक्का मार के लाउणा पार सतगुर ਦਾਸਤਾਨ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਲਿਖਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਸ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਤਿਆਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਤੋੜ ਝਾੜਨਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਰੇ ਪੁਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ।
So Harpreet is singing only excerpts from the poem. The poem thereafter goes on to talk about the atmosphere in Punjab created by the Rowlatt Act, the unhappiness of the people, the strike called by Gandhiji for April 6, and the kind of mood in the city of Amritsar on April 6. Then it moves on to April 9, which was Ram Navami, and the way it was celebrated by the Hindu, Muslim, and Sikh communities together in a remarkable show of unity. Then it comes to April 10, when the two leaders of Amritsar, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu and Dr. Satyapal, are both arrested and whisked away because they are seen as the forces of communal amity in Amritsar. There is violence on the 10th of April in Amritsar, and there's a remarkable description of people going out of the walled city of Amritsar towards the civil line area to petition the Deputy Commissioner of Amritsar to release the leaders. And the Raj forces decide that they will not be allowed to cross the bridge, and there's firing on them. On April 11, there is about 30 people get killed on the 10th of April, and many of us forget that. On April 11, there is this wonderful description of the funerals and the funeral processions, and again, that show of communal amity. And there's a lovely line that it was truly miraculous that the Hindus were chanting Ya Hussain and Muslims were saying Ram Ram as they went for the funeral procession. And then it comes to the mood on April 12, the call given to meet in Jallianwala Bagh on April 13, people gathering in Jallianwala Bagh. So the poem is also a work of contemporaneous history, the way it narrates the events. And when I was doing some research on it, pretty much all of that, stood the test of historicity based on the subsequent documents and so on. The next longish excerpt that I will read is when people have gathered in Jallianwala Bagh. It's 5:30 p.m. and General Dyer arrives, and the scenes thereafter. It's fairly graphic, it's real, so bear with me. 5:30 sharp, the clock had struck. Thousands gathered in the Bagh, my friends. Leaders came to lament the nation's woes, taking turns to speak out loud, my friends. Voiced grievance, hardship, anger, sorrow, saying no one listens to us, my friends. What can we do? What options left? Can't see any ray of light, my friends. Those words forlorn, they barely voiced, came soldiers thundering down, my friends. At Dyer's command, those Gurkha troops gathered in a formation tight, my friends. Under tyrant's orders, they opened fire straight into innocent hearts, my friends. And fire and fire and fire they did. Some thousands of bullets were shot, my friends. Like searing hail, they felled our youth, a tempest not seen before, my friends. Riddled chests and bodies slid to the ground, each one a target large, my friends. Haunting cries for help did rend the sky. Smoke rose from smoldering guns, my friends. Just a sip of water was all they sought. Valiant youth lay dying in the dust, my friends. That narrow lane to enter the Bagh, sealed off on Dyer's command, my friends. No exit, no escape, no way out was left, making Bagh a deathly trap, my friends. A fortunate few somehow survived, while most died then and there, my friends. Some ran with bullets ripping their chest, stumbling to their painful end, my friends. Others caught the bullet while running away, dropping lifeless in awkward heaps, my friends. In minutes, the bog so strewn with corpses, none knew just who was who, my friends. Many of them did look like Sikhs, amid Hindus and Muslims plenty, my friends. In prime of their youth, our brave hearts lay, gasping for one last breath, my friends. Long hair lay matted in blood and grime. In slumber deep they sleep, my friends. Says Nanak Singh, who knows their state, but God, the one and only, my friends. And then it goes on to narrate the scene of the following day when people are coming to search for their loved ones and parents are coming to search for the bodies of their kids. With faces drawn and muffled sobs, they sift through corpses in silent fear. Like moth on a flame, hearts burn to ashes on seeing the fate of sons so dear. The pain of losing a child so precious, like the heart is pierced with dagger or spear. Grief inconsolable melts toughest of souls, even faces most stoic shed tear after tear. Clutching lifeless bodies of precious sons, parents mourn the abject horrors of the day. My child, oh, wake up just once more. What makes you sleep in a place so grey? You left us alone for a voyage so long. No goodbye you've bid, nor farewell did you say. Couldn't you wait for a little while longer to let us join you on your eternal way? If time indeed had come to part, your parents could join without delay. Says Nanak Singh, you can't fight fate. When the master orders, you just obey. Harpreet is going to sing some excerpts.
ਇੱਕ ਵਕਤ 5:30 ਵਜੇ ਦਾ ਸੀ ਲੋਕ ਜਮਾ ਹੋਏ ਕਈ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਉਣਾ ਅਸਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਔਖਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਜਾਇ ਕੇ ਕਰੀਏ ਪੁਕਾਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਅਜੇ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ ਤਦਬੀਰ ਮੂੰਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਸੀ ਉਧਰ ਫੌਜ ਨੇ ਧੂੜ ਤੁਮਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਦੇਰ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਫੌਜ ਗੁਰਖੇ ਦੀ ਜਨਰਲ ਡਾਇਰ ਨੇ ਅੱਗਾ ਵਧਾ ਮਿੰਟਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਕਈ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਗੋਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਜ਼ਾਲਮਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਮਿੰਟਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਕਈ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਗੋਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਜ਼ਾਲਮਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਪਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲੋਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਢੇਰ ਲੱਗ ਗਏ ਕੋਈ ਸਕੇ ਨਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਛਾਣ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਵੇ। ਗਿਣਤੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਵੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਉਤੇ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਸੂਰਮੇ ਛੈਲ ਛਬਿਲੜੇ ਜੀ ਹਾਏ ਤੜਪਦੇ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਜਵਾਨ ਉਤੇ। ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੋਈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੋਈ, ਰਾਖਾ ਉਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਉਤੇ। ਰੋਂਦੇ ਪਿੱਟਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਸੰਬੰਧੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਢੂੰਡਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮੁਰਦਿਆਂ ਵੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਮਾਪੇ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਏ ਵਾਂਗ ਪਤੰਗੇ ਦੇ ਜਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਮਾਪੇ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਏ ਵਾਂਗ ਪਤੰਗੇ ਦੇ ਜਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਮੋਏ ਲਾਡਲੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਯਾਰੋ ਸੀਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਟਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਪੱਥਰ ਵਾਂਗ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੜੇ ਦਿਲ ਪੱਥਰ ਪੱਥਰ ਵਾਂਗ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੜੇ ਦਿਲ ਪੱਥਰ ਨੀਰ ਉਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਅੱਖੀਓਂ ਛਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਮੇਰੇ ਲਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਰੀਆਂ ਜਾਗ ਛੇਤੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਲਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਰੀਆਂ ਜਾਗ ਛੇਤੀ। ਜੰਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਵਣਾ ਸੀ, ਬਿਨਾ ਪੁੱਛਿਆਂ ਲੰਮੜੇ ਰਾਹ ਪਿਓ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਵਿਦਾ ਹੋਵਣਾ ਸੀ। ਓ ਰੱਤਾ ਅਸਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਉਡੀਕ ਲੈਂਦੋ, ਰੱਤਾ ਅਸਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਉਡੀਕ ਲੈਂਦੋ। ਘੜੀ ਦੋ ਘੜੀ ਚਾਈ ਖਲੋਵਣਾ ਸੀ। ਜੇਕਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਾਲ ਬੱਚਾ, ਜੇਕਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਾਲ ਬੱਚਾ, ਮਾਏ ਬਾਪ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਢੋਵਣਾ ਸੀ। ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਰ ਲਿਖੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੌਣ ਮਿਟੇ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਰ ਲਿਖੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੌਣ ਮਿਟੇ ਇਹ ਹੁਕਮ ਕਰਤਾਰ ਦਾ ਹੋਵਣਾ ਸੀ।
Thank you, Harpreet. Yeah. He does this every time. Just put so much heart into it. And since we've got a few more minutes, I'll just read out a couple of other excerpts that would just give you a flavor of the narrative in the poem. One is, as I said, the situation in Amritsar on the 11th of April after the arrest of Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu and Satyapal. The news of our leader's arrest is heard, and a pall of despair descends, O friends. Like bolt of lightning, it strikes them deep, and thousands wail out in grief, O friends. No food, no water, no comfort for them, left home and hearth and work, O friends. In the blink of an eye, the strike takes hold, spreads across the city, O my friends. Like wilted flowers, faces drawn and grim, our youth look painfully pale, O friends. Upset, they gather in numbers large to argue and plead with rulers, O friends. Through famous gates of their city walled, they headed for the railway bridge, O friends. Saw soldiers positioned across the bridge, guns cocked and ready to fire, O friends. Not a shred of mercy these tyrants showed. Bang, bang, the bullets kept firing, O friends. Had gone to seek some justice, but they died right then and there, O friends. Some did survive that fatal day, turned back in horror, true, O friends. Says Nanak Singh, you can't change fate. That's writ by God Himself, my friends. This is the scene from the following day. They straggled, drenched in anger and tears. Distraught they truly were, my friends. Carried corpses on their shoulders bent, limped back to their city, sad, my friends. Hal Bazar's mosque was the night's abode, for bodies placed in rows, my friends, heaved up next morning and off once again to Sultanwind's graveyard large, my friends. Funeral processions, joined by thousands more, walked angrily, dazed and distraught, my friends. Hindu, Sikh, and Muslim strode side by side, hearts pierced by arrows sharp, my friends. The same grief and pain they shared, each bound by sorrow, same, my friends. Then a sight most wondrous was seen that left us amazed and awed, my friends. Ya Hussein cried out the Hindus and Sikhs as Muslims echoed Ram Ram, my friends. And thus they reached graveyard together, Hindu, Muslim, and also the Sikh, my friends. Funeral pyres flamed for Hindus and Sikhs, with Muslims buried alongside, my friends. Others injured, wounded, and limping slow were taken to doctors. From there, my friends. Ask Nanak Singh what happened next. Stay on and listen with me, my friends. So, when I was working on this book, what I discovered very painfully was how little we know of our own history. And being born in Amritsar, a stone's throw away from Jallianwala Bagh, going to the Golden Temple, most of us would walk right past Jallianwala Bagh to reach the Golden Temple, not even look towards the gates of Jallianwala Bagh. And it bothered me. So I started doing some research about it and so on. And I think one of the things that the centenary brought out was this renewed interest in that major part of our history and the impact that it had for our independence struggle. Because I think after Jallianwala Bagh, the Brits lost all moral authority to govern, and it was kind of downhill after that. But the other important thing was that when I was doing research on Rowlett and what the Rowlett Act was and who Sir Sidney Rowlett was, I came across his great grandson, Justin Rowlett, who had been a BBC South Asia correspondent in Delhi and had visited Jallianwala Bagh himself. So I approached him, and he contributed a very emotional essay for the book, which is called "For the Sins of My Great Grandfather." And we did a lovely panel discussion together in Abu Dhabi, where the grandson of the victim and the great grandson of one of the oppressors were together in conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and big hand to Harpreet for the power of poetry that he brings and that no translation can ever capture. Thank you.